So
Okay, you can start.
you can interfere with your own comments if you want to, but this is just how VR and stuff has changed for me and how it's changed my life. Because VR it's cool and all. It's a good time waster. Just be careful who you meet, because you can have all these great people that can improve your life in several ways. Like some of my friends that have, like the people I'm sitting here painting in a room at almost midnight. But then you can have some of the other people that can stab you in the back. For instance, one of our old friends, Bubs. I get a text from him on Discord while I'm working on schoolwork, and he's like, freak off, bro, just to keep it family friendly. But I was like, wait, why are you telling me this? And I, till this day, I still don't know why he was upset at me. But anyway, that's just some of my experiences. I joined Rec Room almost...
What do you play on?
2-3 years ago. Oh, oh wow, right it's been. But this game has changed a lot. Like, I remember I was too shy to talk to anybody in this until I met Bubs, the guy that backstabbed us. And then I met Five. He was so young. He sounds nothing like he does. Well, okay, scratch that. He sounds a little bit the same. But if it wasn't for Bubs, I wouldn't have met Natalis. And if it wasn't for Natalis, I wouldn't have met all these great people that we know today. For instance, Mamie, for you, and then a few of other friends. But VR, it brings people together, even though you have no clue where they are in the world. Like, for instance, one of our friends, Explorer, he lives in Minnesota, and I thought he lived in Canada. But anyway, back to the main story. I know I get off topic a lot. But I joined Rec Room on December 25th, 2017. And I remember opening my first token box, and it was 1,000 tokens for actually registering your account. But no, wait, that was the... Okay, rewind time. I used my brother's account initially because I was like, I just want to get a feel for this game and see what, like, if I like it or not, and if I want to stick with it. So I used his account, and I joined my first random lobby. Rec Center, completely different than what it is today, which good job to the builders and staff over at Against Gravity. We've done a lot. That's impacted a lot of people. But I remember these guys, and they were talking about, like, some murder mystery, and it's just these fun types of people that you don't normally see in your everyday to-day life. Like, my parents are, like, always working, so I never get time to hang out with them. Like, my mom is an ESL teacher currently, and my dad, he is an engineer. So, and then my brother hangs out with, according to him, the boys. So, this is where I come to spend most of my time. Which I have you, I have Five, I have all the other chocolates, and I have Yeater, Explorer, got all these great people to hang out with. And yeah, so that's basically my family. Come here to spend time. and I met these people, like, talking, like, for hours. Like, I just try to include myself in on the conversation because I didn't know how to start conversations at the time. I don't know why, but it was weird, I guess. A level 4 screen.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm still... Okay, sorry for the interruption, guys. I'll go back to his room.
So this is why the
Good job
Wi-Fi is
crashing,
slow.
Anyway, where was I? I believe I was on the part... Oh, yeah, I used my brother's account, and I talked with my first ever actual encounter with somebody in Rec Room, and I was like, I like the people to this game, the community is great, and yeah, it's just there haven't been any downs, it's just been up so far. Like, this is my first lobby, and I'm just thinking that with all of these tools that I have yet to learn, there's so much, there are just endless possibilities. Like, some of the creators today, they've gotten so advanced with it. Like, you have all of these great programmers, or circuiteers, as one would say. But I call them programmers because circuits are basically coding. But you have all these great people making these cool rooms today, compared to if you go to Robbie Rekla from 2017, you can see how much has changed. But yeah, I remember going to this to Robbie Rekla for the first time, and Rec Room was like
CJ,
my
I'm
first
your biggest
experience
fan.
with giant like buildings and stuff, because I'd only played Super Hot and Job Simulator at the time, and my headphone keeps going out for some reason. But as I'm exploring this place, just the way that everything was built, and just knowing that somebody did this, they took the time out of their day to build something this amazing that people can visit, that was just amazing to me back in like 2017, because at this time I was around some age, but I was young, and I sound nothing like I do today. But
Go CJ, it's your birthday.
you notice, if you go back to one of our very old but popular rooms, or ex-popular rooms, you can actually hear me when I was younger. Boy, I was squeaky, but anyway. So, I had known about the Maker Pen. There weren't any Maker Pen classes or anything at the time. It was just, here are your tools, go. And I was like, this seems difficult. I'm not going to take the time to learn this, because I have school and other things to focus on right now. But then I was like, I'm gonna let all the creators that have been playing this for however long take over and build all the cool stuff. So yeah, that's about basically my starting. No, it's not actually. There's a lot more to come. But so after I decided I was ready to play this officially, I had made my own account. I had used my actual birthday, and I was young at the time. So the game was like, hey, go to a junior account. And I was still new to VR at the time, so I thought that everybody could hear me, and I was making all these cool friends, but all they saw was just a small, reckless child just going about his business. So I was like, I didn't know this at the
Your
time,
sister says to come and
but
play
on
baby
junior
dolls with
accounts,
her
you can't
now.
speak to anybody, and nobody can speak to you. So after I figured that out, which was like a year or two later, I was like, it's time to actually throw together a real account. Like, no junior, no nothing, I can talk to everybody. So I've been using this same account for almost 3 years now, and people I've met, cool. Just can't repay everybody, especially Bubs, because he was the first actual friend that I had. That introduced me to his whole group. Still remember the days of being called 2.0. But yeah, basically 27-18 was a wild ride. And it's just wacky. But yeah, that's basically to wrap up my whole starting
Does that
experience.
guy ever
I'll
stop
do it for
talking?
you. So let's see the first major update that I remember. It was probably the locomotion update, to where they added walking instead of just teleporting. It was huge, like I didn't know about it, but I remember being in this room with a creator, and he was remaking Jumbotron with the Maker Pen, which I didn't know how, but he got it spot on to everything. It's like tabletop size, like this. So he gets down from flying after he builds, and I see him slide across the floor. I'm like, oh, how did you do that? And he was like, you haven't heard about the locomotion update? I was like, no. When did they add that? And he's like, go to your watch, change your settings. And I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. And I remember just
Mom wants you.
waiting for Against Gravity to add them to the game modes, so we could all slide around and shoot each other. And it was just crazy because you'd see all these people sliding around instead of teleporting, and it was just a lot to take in at once. So kind of difficult adjusting to the change, but yeah, then came Rec Royale, which I got to beta test, which was awfully cool. I get bragging rights to say, oh, I beta tested Rec Royale. But yeah. Let's see, anything else? Oh, screen mode was a big update. Like, everybody was shocked, and I actually knew about this one, so I didn't have to bother off somebody else. But basically, you could play Rec Room on pancake screen, as some would say, because it's a flat screen. And it's flat like pancake, but everybody, like, this was before VR modes, and like VR and screen modes. could be in the same lobby together. So you'd have all of the VR players in their own lobby, and then you'd have all the screen modes in their own lobby. And I believe it was only available on PC at the time, I think. But yeah, it was another really big update according to everybody that did it or participated. The controls were weird, it was all third person. But yeah, it was another really big and successful update for Against Gravity, so good job to them again. I don't know why, but I congratulate everybody way too much in this playing. It's because I always, I guess, try to give back to people that have given to me. And if I don't do that, then I go sad mode. And yeah. What update came out next? I think it was bowling that it was. Yeah, it might have been bowling that was next. And I was hyped for bowling. Like, I remember just going into a map and be like, guys, did you hear that they're adding bowling? And I just talk to everybody like, yo, it's gonna be bowling. And it's like, it's Wii Sports, but in VR. And everybody's like, yeah, we know, it's gonna be sick. So whenever bowling came out, I played the heck out of that. Like, you had to physically pull me off of bowling if you wanted me to go do something. I believe, but yeah, I tried to start a professional bowling team, but that didn't go well. But yeah, Vanilla has almost bowled a perfect game before. Oh, it's Sarko. Oh yeah, Sarko. But anyway, what it is that bowling was a really big update because then they made some changes to the physics, which brought along glitches, and you know how much everybody loves glitches. So that was big. And then come on. But yeah, bowling was a really big topic at the time. And then probably the biggest update of the year was Stunt Runner. Oh, let me tell you about Stunt Runner. Most of the popular people I know are probably from Stunt Runner. But dude, whenever Stunt Runner first came out, I would remember talking to Vanilla, because I know him IRL. And I talked to him, and he's like, dude, Stunt Runner trailer, 4 p.m. Central Time. I kind of forgot what time zone I was in, but 4 p.m. Central Time, watch it, YouTube now, go. I remember it, like, just watching the trailer. And the trailer got done, we called each other, and we were like, dude, this looks sick. But yeah, this game has really changed. It's gone from basic teleporting to sliding and parkour and stuff. But wait, yeah, okay, we're gonna rewind back to 2018, like the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. So, if you don't know me IRL, then you might not have known, but if you want to turn around and look at this. From a side view, I used to look like maybe around here. If this is my back, then I used to come out just a little bit. But now, since to Rec Room and going on a diet and stuff, I look like not that, but I've gone from that to like this maybe. So I lost 15 pounds within 3 months because of Rec Room. It's just, most of my family are in the more of the heavyweight area, except for my mom. She used to do fitness stuff. And I remember going back on the first day, my band teacher was like, "Whoa, you have changed." And I was like, "Really? Have I?" But yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I can say. Besides that, this game has brought me some. I kind of forgot how to spell my name, but this game has brought me some of the best gaming memories of my life. So, if I can go find that old room, and if I save the holotar for myself and delete a couple of things in here, then I'd show you what I used to sound like, because I sound much different. But yeah, I think 5 was like 8 or so at the time. 2017. Old Cal, he was a squeaker. This was before green mode and everything was introduced, like before I met Min and most of my IRL friends. But I almost persuaded my ex into getting a headset because we never got to spend time with each other outside of class. So, like, hey, you should save up for an Oculus because it's much more powerful than PlayStation. But track. So yeah, I almost got her to save up $400 or so just to buy a headset, and then we split, so that didn't work out well.
Hi. LOL, nice profile picture. Wink wink.
can't really think of anything that I could get rid of to save space, minus the entire game that I set up. It took me like an hour or so to figure out. So if
Wonder
you're trying
who
to
made
talk
it.
to me, then your mic's muted, but holy cow. Yeah. Wonder who made what? To be honest, I don't even remember.
Onions.
But I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
Dude, I can hear you.
Oh, they... okay. Oh, yeah. And then, like,
Helu.
sometime around August, I think, of 2018, I got Beat Saber. So now my arms are ripped. Well, not really my whole arm, but my biceps are. Because along with Beat Saber, they got me 1 pound weights, and Oculus controllers are heavy. Like, not very much, but yeah.
Dude, is the chocolate?
Why'd you do that? Oh, I think they patched that. Where if you scaled it down, then it'd change. But oh yeah, the Inventions was a really big update too. No, it was the store, because you could only buy things from the merch booth in 2017. But most of my friends... Oh yeah! How could I not include her? I remember... Okay, so most of you people may not know, but I used to have a dodgeball career back 2018, or like June of 2019. But I used to have a dodgeball career, and I used to play the heck out of dodgeball. I was to the point to where I started playing dodgeball with people like Lol Cake, Supremium. See if I recognize any other names. But yeah, I used to play with them. So it was Lol Cake, Scrub Lord. Oh yeah, Donut Maker, and then a couple of other guys. And I also used to play dodgeball with Yo. Oh, an eraser marker. I can make one. Is this white different from that one? It is. That bothers me. Oh, hopefully I have space to spawn one in. We do. To make it grabbable. Alright, go at it. But I used to play with the cool kid I really shouldn't say kid, because he's like 20. I used to play dodgeball with Harry Man Legs before he took on the whole YouTube career, and before AG hired him, because he used to live near me, but since AG hired him, he moved to Seattle, so props it to you if you know where he used to live. He lives around that area. So, I used to play dodgeball with the guy that was in a couple of cities away from me. So it was cool to know, because I thought he was somewhere else, like, Wyoming. It's funny because I don't know anybody from Wyoming, but yeah, I was like 45-minute part of his stream, and oh, I remember back in one of his scare streams for Halloween sometime, we were playing, it was an old popular SCP game, and I remember being chased by the SCP, and I hid in a corner, and I saw Harry pass me, so I'm like, I'm gonna scare this man. So I went, ooh, and he was like, what, you little... He almost swore. I almost got him to swear at a something-year-old double digits, but yeah, I remember that. I bragged to all my friends about it. I used to wear the aviator. But yeah, then I got into the world of circuitry. So that's basically my story. Oh, wait, yeah. So after trying, I had a phase to where I was like, yeah, I want to make some clubs. And you remember how I used to have my dorm room as a club. But then realizing that people can be so much better at this than I could, not to be sad or anything, but Explorer could make a whole club by himself, I was like, yeah, I'm not fit for this, so I kind of scratched the idea. And this is about the time that I gave up my dodgeball career. So, without dodgeball and without building things, I resorted to doing, I guess, 2D art of my kind of style, I guess. So, yeah, I don't draw very much. I'm a band kid, so I do a lot of music and stuff. Yeah, I don't draw much, but yeah, so I guess music, and then these two little guys have been here for like a couple of months, and yeah, I believe that's about my entire Rec Room story. And currently, Against Gravity is working on a new Rec Room original, so that'll be dropping, I think they said early 2020. Yo, wait, the decade's ending? What? Jeez, I know I was born early into... Holy cow. We even got to see an eclipse this year. That was cool. But yeah, 6th and 7th grade were probably the coolest years of school, I guess. Because I met some of my IRL friends. Like, I had one friend from 5th grade that moved to the school that I went to. And Vanilla was actually, I guess, one of the cool kids, because he did a skit with one of his friends, and Strawberry, but he's retired Rec Room, so I won't see him on anytime soon. So he introduced me to them and kind of hit it off. So quit going out here. That's me fixing my earphone. If I go my thing too out far, then it decides to head out. But meeting them, and then the kids in my beginner horn class. So I met a lot of people that 6th grade year. And that was before the time I had virtual reality. So yeah, around that time, I actually met Mint from my band class, and he was super smart, like smart enough to where he skipped the 8th grade, so I haven't seen him. He skipped 8th grade and went to high school, so only time I see him is when he's on Rec Room. I think my dog just opened my door and it scared the god out of me, but I don't know why, but yeah, but okay, I need to stop saying but. So mint, strawberry, and vanilla call ourselves Rec Room today. Like, it's the same way that I feel about Fortnite. It's a good game, good idea, bad community. But with Rec Room, since it's coming to mobile, good game, great idea, kinda decent community. Because you can split every player in this game into at least 7 or 6 categories. Because you got the newbies, the veterans, the casuals, the builders, the circuit guy, and then the OMFG, you killed me in Rec Royale, I'm going to report you and have you banned for 17 years or whatever. Because it's sad, because we've actually lost great people due to the reporting system, I'd say. But I wouldn't really blame it on the devs, because they get reports like this all the time and they don't know if it's real or not. Like, if you report a 7-year-old for being 7, he's being... And the dev team is like, okay, is he actually being 7 or is he 7? So, and the thing is that parents give their kids the headsets and then they tell them go. And I think it's not a good way of, I guess, just parenting. Like, I guess I can say I know from experience, because I've always grown up with some form of controller in my hand, but yeah. Like just owning a headset. Like, yeah. If you're gonna get a headset, do it. I'm absolutely all for doing it, because if you don't have anything else to do, you have a wide variety of You can control time, you can go to the future, you can go on a vacation, you can shoot killer robots, you can build whatever you want in this game. There's so much to do, and you even got the Star Wars franchise that's coming out. You got Angry Birds, Super Hot, Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator. Those are just some of the basics for now, but if you're gonna get a VR, do it. Just don't put your kids in it unsupervised. But yeah, that's basically my almost, I guess, whole life story and VR story wrapped up. So yeah, just if people say that they want to get a headset but they don't have the money to, or they have like half of it, just go ahead and say, if you want to save up for it, do it. Or as like a nice Christmas gift, go get them something for it, like a good PC or the Quest or something. But yeah, the future of virtual reality it's on its way. Like, it's moving quick. I've heard that I think we're going to go into full dive, like from SAO, if you've seen that, where they go in. But yeah, the future is upon us. Just always look ahead, and if you need to, take a break and come back. Alright, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, you're a free person. If you want to go check out my stuff, that's chocolate.rec room in the search bar, and I should be the first person to pop up. I do Beat Saber and Rec Room and stuff. That's actually really cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Yeah, they upped the cheer count to 10? What? Oh yeah. But yeah. That's all I've got to say. Be cool, be excellent to each other. That's all I've got to say. You've signed that, so I'm gonna put that like right there. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for like an hour. It's like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go get on Rec Room, go talk to somebody, like I did in the olden days, and now look at us, doing what I did almost 3 years ago. Crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, thanks for hanging out.